In the spirit of experimentation, we wanted to open a blending experience for the public. So what we did, we took gin, we took a lot of the botanicals we put in our gin and are found in all sorts of others, and we took them apart and we distilled them individually, slightly more concentrated than you normally would, and we filled these carboys behind us. So you can come to the distillery and make your own gin. So we have various different flavours, individual distillates, some are combined, one or two, sort of complementing flavours. And we fill these atomizers, so you can go ahead and taste them all on their own, see which ones you like. What's in these are what's in the carboys behind me. And it allows you to taste each of them on their own and get an idea on what they taste like individually. If you like a flavour here, then if you put a measure of that in here, you will like the product. The dosages are balanced here, so you don't have to worry about putting in little bits and pieces. So basically you go through, you taste all these and you see which ones you like, see which ones you might like to put together. After that you'll make a mini blend. So little 50ml blend, which is conveniently a double measure, which will go in your gin and tonic, which you can drink and will inspire you to produce your blend. So you'll have an idea. You're not going ahead and just making a massive blend to begin with. You'll have a chance to taste it, try it, and see if it's what you're looking for. If it's not, it's only 50ml. Start again and go with something different. So we want to make sure that what you come home with is something you're really happy with and something you want to show off to your friends that you made yourself. So we've got a series of sort of dry gins, so individual spices, botanicals. We also have some sweeter ones or fruitier ones. So these are extracted in a series of different ways. Some are pure distillation, some are distillation and steeping. But either way, they're all sort of indicative of the flavour. So with everything you've got here, you've got the perfect kit to make a gin to cater for pretty much any taste, as well as any colour you might want, as long as it's somewhere between pink and blue and clear. So the basis of any gin is, of course, juniper, and the second most common botanical in gin is coriander. So I'm going to take some juniper and coriander, and this forms the basis of what we're going to make. So I'll take 300ml of that, and that will go in my conical. And this is going to create a lovely starting point for the gin. Now, I quite like spicy flavours in my gin. I like cassia, so I'm going to go ahead and add 1 shot of cassia. And with spiciness, cocoa nibs can go quite nicely. It adds a kind of sweetness to it. So we'll get that in there. I quite like combining some of the spicy flavours of. I quite like combining some of the spicy flavours with fruit. So strawberry, I think, would be a good call. Now this, while it's quite pink in there, it will only add a very, very, very subtle colour to there, if any at all. But if I do want colour, I can do that later. So we'll try some strawberry. What are we thinking? Pink peppercorn. Pink peppercorn is one of my favourites. It's got this kind of peppery, citrusy flavour. It's very, very fresh. Very strong flavour. It makes a lovely garnish as well. So that might be my garnish of choice for this gin. Ginger would also complement it quite nicely, but I think I'll only add a half of that. Now, I think I've got 2 more, and I think I'm going to go with nutmeg and clove. It's a little bit seasonal, but it has a really sweet, spicy flavour that I really like. I think to finish this off, I might add a bit of colour. So I do quite like the blue we get from butterfly pea flowers, and that actually changes colour. So when you add tonic, it will go from blue to pink. But it's strawberry in here, so I think I'll go for a straightforward pink colour. If I use the blueberry, I might well have it colour changing, because then it goes from the blue to the pink, the blueberry to the strawberry. I think that's enough for me. So I only added a half measure of that, so I'm going to top it off with a little bit of extra juniper and coriander. You can, if you're so inclined, use vodka as the base. If you're not a fan of the flavours of juniper, you can make yourself a botanical vodka. So I'd say that is a finished blend. So typically you'd make 75 centilitres. This bottle is a 70 centilitre. So you've got 5 centilitres left over, which is conveniently a double measure. So I think you know where that will go. So I'm on the job, so I won't be doing that today, but I'll be taking this home with me to enjoy later. So and this is where it overflows, because I wasn't paying attention. So there we go. This is now ready to produce a label. So I would look at the example labels. There's lots of different designs to choose from. I choose what I want to actually have it say, and then I print it off on the label printer, and that would be a finished bottle of gin ready to take home. So the blending experience is open to bookings from the public. It costs £75, and you can come along, have a look around the distillery, have a purely educational tasting of some of our products to inform your blending decisions. You'll make your own gin and tonic here, and you'll come away with a 70cl bottle of your own gin with your own label, custom made. So we hope to see you soon, and come along and experiment at the distillery.